Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm John.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Steve.
Episode 3.
Yeah, so far so good. I like it,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm definitely intrigued as to where
they're going to take it from here.
Like, granted, Attack on Titan's my only anime experience, but, like, I would imagine, I feel like most animes, at least I get the vibe this is what they're like, is, like, they like to just do crazy shit, you know? Like, at some point, and, like, what? And
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm on the ride now.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
yeah.
that's what it felt like with Attack on Titan for the most part, and, like, I'm expecting to get something similar to that in this. Obviously not, like, same story, but, like, similar vibes, like, where it's like, what?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I kind of got that already in the first 2.
Right. It's already pretty cool.
Right, exactly.
The whole concept of it's pretty cool. And
that's another thing. Animes always have some crazy concept to the story. You know?
Yeah, they're great. Like, like morally, they're great. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's
always some story to them, like, or
always.
Like lesson.
There's a really good guy who's like overly good, perfectly good, and like and tons of super bad guys.
And then there's all the gray characters, you know.
Yeah.
There's always those couple.
But yeah, no, I like it a lot. Like, I like the idea of it. Like,
it's wild, is what it is. Because I just don't, I can't even envision where it, like, obviously he's having to have this battle with, this rivalry now with, that he struck up with, was L, you said, right?
I believe that's what it was, yeah.
Is that going to be like a show-long thing? Like, since it's only the big season, like, is that going to just be...
Could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or is it going to...
I think it could branch out and turn into something crazy.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Because, like, he's... The god is very intrigued by him. What's his name? Do you remember?
I just edited the other one, too. The episode 2. I don't remember, but he was... When him and the other guys were in the other realm talking, they were like, oh, whatever his name is. Like, didn't the big guy... Or didn't you lose the last one the big guy gave to you or something like that? So I'm wondering who the big guy is. Still.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think we're going to see more of that, though.
Oh, for sure. Thinking. And that's what I mean. Like, he's, like, building a liking for this kid. So, like, there's...
This psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, there's a chance he's going to bring him with him on, like, some travels or something. You know what I mean?
And this kid wants to become, like, a god, too.
Right. And then that thing, now you're turned into different realms and stuff, and anything can happen.
That's 100% what I'm expecting, something weird and crazy like that for that to happen.
Could very well be.
Let's find out.
Let's do it.
If you guys want to watch the next episode early, go check out our Patreon. We have that there as well as full length.
Greetings to all of you.
Alright, this is his assistant or whatever.
Guilty party is an individual or a group. I will hunt you down wherever you're hiding, and I will eliminate you. I am justice.
I like that. Curious to see how this rivalry goes, you know? Like, what can L do? Just outwit him?
Yeah, he's just smart as hell.
And lastly, this week there were an additional 21 people who called in claiming to be Kira.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think I had 5 people calling in thinking, it's me.
Occurring between 8 p.m. and 12 a.m. Weekends and holidays appear to be the exception to this rule, as the times of death vary much more widely.
He's gonna be able to figure out, like, alright, maybe it's a kid in high school or college, whatever.
Our suspect could very well be a student.
Yep.
Based on the fact that
Smart.
Kira's only killing criminals, we're dealing with an individual who has a very childish concept of right and wrong.
So, it reminds me of Sherlock so much, just how he just speaks his mind, you know, and nails it.
Be as thorough as possible.
In particular, I want to know if photos of the victims were made available to the public in Japan.
I'll leave it to you.
He's good.
Chief.
Then yes, I might have had a little problem with that.
Oh no, no, it wouldn't. That would never happen.
I'm just kidding.
Oh God, face is so horrifying.
Light.
Hey, glad you could join us for dinner. You hungry, Dad?
Yeah, it's been a long
Oh
day.
shit! Damn. Oh, that puts a little loop into this, doesn't it?
Yep.
We're on a home network, so I can copy the files I need without leaving a trace. This way I can keep track of their investigation. Here we go.
It's a hacker too?
If I write heart attack as the cause of death, then I should be able to write down all the details, including time of death afterwards, shouldn't I? Looks like I'll be able to provide you with more entertainment now.
This kid
Start
is
changing it, making it random.
Oof. This kid's terrifying. With that in his hands, you know?
Yeah, well, he's top of his class. He's very, very smart.
Clearly the worst person that could have came to.
Because now we can have some of these deaths happening while he's being seen.
That's true.
It's an alibi.
Smart. I like this battle of wits between these two.
I don't believe this. Another 23 victims yesterday? Are these confirmed?
Just imagine that in one day he did that.
As soon as we began to suspect that Kira might be a student, the pacing of the killings changed, as if to contradict that theory.
I love how he like picks everything up immediately.
This can only mean that Kira has access to police information.
Genius.
But what does he get out of all this? What is he hoping to achieve in the end?
Think a little more than you think.
Hell discovers that I'm somehow getting confidential information. He'll be obligated to start investigating the police to find the source of the leak. When that happens,
Damn, this kid's good too. It's so crazy. You just like turn into a god of death immediately.
Well, if I were Kira, sir, I'd probably want to try and get rid of the people who are trying to catch me.
Let's face it, he knows he'll be sentenced to death if he's caught.
We all sat here.
Gotta start wearing masks, everyone.
Unlike someone we know, we're out there investigating this case wearing police IDs with our names and
Just what
photos
this kid,
on
the
them.
kid wanted, you
Anybody
know?
with a computer can find out who we are. We don't hide our...
Question is he gonna pick up on that? I'm sure he will.
In order to solve this problem, we must establish the concept that
It's so weird if he's just there.
equals...
We will find our suspect.
Right, you got a second?
I like the mystery.
I'm here because I have to stick around till the death note is finished, or I see you die, whichever comes first. But make no mistake.
Hey, I didn't think about that. You could finish it, right?
Or you're being followed by another human. He's watching you right now.
I wouldn't have stopped.
That's a problem. I'll have to get rid of him as soon as possible.
I'm assuming that was Elle's right hand. The guy with the coat.
Maybe.
But the longer I let this person keep following me, the greater the chances they'll figure out who I really am.
Starting to get a little worried.
Above all,
60 minus 40 equals 20. Now those 20 years taken from someone in the human world are added to that god of death's life.
Ah.
So it means that Shinigami can tell what a person's name is by just looking at their face. We know instantly.
name and lifespan?
That's right. I'm able to see your name and lifespan.
That's so weird.
Shinigami drops his death note and a human picks it up. He can grant that human the eyes of a Shinigami.
Oh.
But only the price for having a Shinigami
Become one of them.
is half of that person's remaining lifespan.
Shit.
That's all it is.
I see. And since
And
you
he
made it
doesn't
clear
know
you're not on
what it
anyone's
hit
side,
You're right, you don't know when.
help me out. You wouldn't just give me the names of people I wanted to kill.
He could potentially die immediately.
Saying that I can't say.
What'll it be, Light? Is it a deal?
Who is it? Who's that? Damn it.
Is it over?
I don't know. Yeah. This is, like I just said, this is a really wild show. Like, I'm sitting here going, like, I'm paying attention to everything, trying to, like, paying attention to everything they're saying, because there's so many, like, little details that, like, they throw. I can already see it. Like, I'm trying to, like, I'm like, oh, I just saw this, or they just said this. I'm like, what does that mean? And I'm thinking, like, but I gotta keep paying attention to what they're saying, you know? Because he, like, rattled off, like, 3 or 4 big things there at the end.
Just about himself, and then what happens with the humans when the death note.
Right, but, like, what I mean, like, is they keep adding layers to, like, what his power is, and what he can do, what he can give, what the Death Note can do. Like, every episode seems to be, like, obviously, like figuring out, like, a new way to use
this kid's crazy. He's going to keep going as high as he can.
Do you think he accepts it?
I don't think there's a chance he doesn't accept it. I think he's definitely taking it.
Yeah, I agree. If not immediately in the next episode, like, at some point. Maybe. But
the real key is going to be, do you think he has a high life?
That's the thing. Like, what if he's, like, supposed to die in, like, 10 years? That means as soon as he gives it to him...
left.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That would suck.
He said if he was supposed to die in a year, he'd only have 6 months.
Imagine that, like, he, like, was supposed to die, like,
Imagine he was
the
like,
next
you
day.
die tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like, eyes, and he's just like, just out, dead.
Yeah.
He's one of the creepier designs I've seen. It's just like, and they know it too because they'll cut from one scene and then they'll cut
zoomed in on his face.
It's so like go. It's like look away.
And who do you think that guy
that
is behind that's been following him? I think it could be somebody for L.
That wouldn't make sense though, because that's why I was confused. Like, it can't be his guy that we've seen with the trench coat, because if that was the case, why? The only way he would be investigating that kid is to make sure, like...
Well, he's got the stack of papers of all the cops.
I don't think...
To start the investigation, he did say that.
I know, but I don't think that's... That seems like it's going
to be very fast, but, like, I'm not sure. I mean, it could be.
Maybe we're idiots and that's one of the cops, like, he's just undercover and we just don't remember what he looks like, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. I think that's going to be somebody, like...
I don't think it's the cops following him, because
maybe
dad's, like...
Maybe it's, like, another... Death Note holder, like we were talking about, and like he's been reading this in the news and he's like, it's got to be a Death Note user, and then he went and figured it out. That'd be cool. Death Note user versus Death Note user.
Is there two at the same time?
Well, we talked about that after the first two. We were like,
but we don't know if everybody up there has one or if it's just this guy. It's got to just be the gods of death.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like
what do they call them? Shoguns.
But didn't they say in like the first two episodes at some point like that he's like many of humans have. There's been a lot of notebooks that have
fallen to Earth.
And he said once they fall to Earth, they have to stay, right?
Once they touch the land, they become
part of Earth,
property of the land. Yeah,
that's what I mean. So there's some out there then.
But I think until like the god gets it back, like it would be that one owner.
Well, they said he would either have to keep
or
it,
he can give it,
or give it to somebody,
right?
Or the god could take it back.
But
I think he
takes
said
his life.
Right.
I forget what happens. Yeah, I forget all the rules.
Now, so if he gives Light the eyes, though, does that turn him into one of him, or is it just like? Because he said you'll have these eyes probably, I guess, until you die, right?
I guess they showed you what it would be like.
Because why would you give up
your
your
like an
lifespan?
arcade, you know? You just see a name and
it's so weird
when they're gonna die.
It's a weird concept, you know. Like who came up with that shit? Wacky. And then,
but I was thinking, like, you think his eyes are gonna change to like those bad eyes?
Maybe. I doubt it though.
He's gonna look crazy.
He looks creepy enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the
The kid?
No.
Light?
No.
I'm talking about Light.
Oh,
you think Light's eyes are gonna change?
Oh God, I hope not.
I was gonna say Light's handsome.
Well, I would imagine they would change. Yeah, probably.
To like the bad eyes.
I really love how they like introduced that his dad is the police chief.
Yeah,
that's a cool concept.
That's a cool little twist.
Because you know at some point the dad's obviously gonna find out, and it's gonna be like, "Holy shit!" Like,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. Light's clever, man.
So is Elle, though. I love that they like.
Elle's nailing it. Yeah.
Well, they both were. They kept going back and forth like that. I love how Sherlock-y it feels.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like it's making me want to go home and watch Sherlock now because like.
Yeah, I love like really watching really smart people like.
Because this is
mind battles.
While this obviously is an anime, but it also is almost like I don't know. I would classify Sherlock as like a mystery thriller, like detective story.
Yeah, this seems like this is the path that it's going down.
With sci-fi, or I guess you would say sci-fi because it has that anime like craziness to it.
Yeah.
But like, other than that though, it's like the themes of it are very familiar.
Yeah, I really do hope that Elle stays as like his his enemy, but as like a nemesis for the whole show, about that or again. Possibly even teaming up and like just seeing how deadly they'd be together.
No, there's no way that's gonna happen.
I don't think so either. Elle seems really like,
Elle is either gonna be around the whole show and catch him by the end, or something crazy is gonna happen. These goddamn animes, man. I can't guess because I'm like...
No, there's no point in guessing because they're going to go completely different
I was like,
direction.
no, there's no way they're doing that. They're going to do this. And then I, like, as I'm saying, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, but these fucking shows do
anything.
crazy shit.
They could go anywhere with it.
Because I was going to say, like, during this episode, I'm like sitting here going, like, in my head, I'm like, where is this show going? Like, where is it? Like, when we're like towards the end, what's it going to be like? I can't like even picture it.
Yeah.
Because of that reason. Because I had these thoughts watching Attack on Titan, and since that was my first one, I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
So like now that I know like crazy shit happens in these shows, it's like
constantly.
It's unbelievable.
Yep.
It's wild.
You gotta be prepared for anything at all times.
I know. But I do like the characters so far.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm just like, it's one of those shows where I'm like, well, I'm also paying attention, but I'm also like nerve-wracking. It's kind of like nerve-wracking at the same time because it's like,
you don't know what's gonna happen.
It's like, well, it's scary because like he can, as soon as he finds out a goddamn name, it's like
that's it. He's planning on killing him,
and he's so like, I don't want to say pent. I'm trying to think of the word for it though, like high strung.
Yeah,
like that. You even saw like as soon as he saw somebody was following him, he like, if he knew who it was and like saw him in the window,
he would have run it already.
That's what I mean. Yep. He's like so like
just like he would have killed Elle already if he tried to already on national TV.
I feel like he would kill his dad at this point if his dad was gonna like if his dad found out like if his dad walked in and like somehow found out.
He has like a full blown god complex.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's safe.
But I feel like that's what's his name was. What's his name again? Ryuk.
Ryuk, yeah,
or something like that. He was. I feel like that's why he was telling him that shit at the end there, like before the eye thing. He was like kind of being like, "Don't forget, like you're not a god. I am."
Right.
Like it was kind of like reminding him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "But there's also this thing."
But I might be able to give you little glimpses.
It's funny because it's like all a sales pitch in the end for
Pretty much.
him because like he's like, I want that. If I can get half of it, that's probably like huge for them. Like when they land one of those deals, you know.
You give them an extra like 10, possibly 20 years.
Right. Who knows? It could be 50.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, who knows how long he'll live?
Because the kid's young, right? He said a senior in high school. So.
But I'm guessing it's probably a decent amount because he's like pining over it, you know?
Yeah, he wants it.
He knows how much it is, but...
Yeah, if it was only like 2 or 3 years, he wouldn't even have told him.
Right.
Most likely.
Or would he?
True.
Maybe that's like the meat on the bone.
He's a gambler.
Yeah.
The meat on the bone.
He kind of is. What is he... This whole time he's been here, it's been a game for him, you know?
Yeah,
it's like
this kid's the only one that can see him.
He's like getting entertainment out of this.
He can do whatever he wants, yeah. He's enjoying his time on Earth this time.
Which gives me Lucifer vibes, too. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
You know?
And he is pretty devilly.
I know. Not necessarily saying that he's Lucifer, but like just the whole theme of like somebody coming down and like causing problems.
Yeah.
Like just the fun of it.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Pretty much what I was thinking.
I like it so far, man.
Yeah, only 3 episodes too. Great. And guys, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time.
See you later.